Good afternoon everybody and welcome back to another episode of Street Journals. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a traditional Street Journals episode, but I'm going to intersperse it with some tips about apps that I use for my street photography. And these are apps that I use all the time when I'm out and about, and I just find them really handy. So I thought I'd share some of these tips with you, which apps I use, why I use them, and we're just going to have another good day doing some street photography. So today we've come down to Coaldrops Yard, which is a shopping centre, weird little thing just outside of King's Cross, St Pancras. And this is a really cool spot that I wanted to visit, and I've shot around here before, but Coaldrops Yard actually put on their Instagram the other day that they've got an installation up at the moment to celebrate Chinese New Year, so I thought I'd come down here and check it out. I love the colours of Chinese New Year, I love like the reds and the yellows, so I thought this could be a really interesting thing to come and check out. The weather's not perfect at the moment. It's really cloudy, it's really drizzly, which is just like annoying more than anything, but hopefully we can make something out of it. I'm going to chuck on my GoPro on my big camera now, and I'll see you on the other side. Quick note about the camera. Today I'm using my Nikon D610 with the Sigma 24-35 f2 art series lens. I might chuck on the 85 1.4 at some point later, but for now this is going to work really great for this location. Well, unfortunately at this point my microphone decided to stop sending any signal to my vlogging camera. I'm not sure if that was down to the rain or down to my shearing competence, but unfortunately I don't have any sound for the next few clips. So I thought I'd just interject here, and you might notice that I'm in a slightly different setting. My hair is considerably longer, and that is because I pretty much forgot that I had made this video. So at the moment we're in quarantine lockdown, so I thought I'd revisit an old Final Cut library, and I found this video and I thought I'd finish it off. So without any further ado, here are some of the apps that I use for navigation. So I think it goes without saying, like Google Maps and City Mapper are probably the two most widely used apps across both Android and iPhone. They're both really good apps. I use Google Maps mainly for like finding out train times and just a quick glance at how to get somewhere, and then City Mapper is really good for slightly more tricky journeys and also just finding out the cost of what that journey is going to cost essentially. Okay, so I've seen these like red tables and chairs down on the floor, sort of silhouetted against this also red banners. I really want somebody in either a red coat or a blue coat to come by. I got one guy earlier in a blue coat, but it didn't really work, so I'm going to wait a little bit around here and see if I can get something cool. Either a red coat or like a red shopping bag or a yellow shopping bag, something really just to link the colours together. I think this could turn into a really cool shot. So when it comes to planning apps, the main one that I use all the time is an app called Dark Skies. And this is a minute-by-minute weather app that allows me to basically track what's happening with the weather. It allows you to see if it's going to rain in the next 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. As you can see today, it was very accurate with the weather. It did say that it was going to be drizzly and cloudy, which means that I can prepare for that. And that is basically the most important feature of Dark Skies. It allows me to prepare for the conditions. If they're going to be bad, then I know they're going to be bad. If they're going to be really good, then I know they're going to be really good. The second app that I use most is another stock Apple app, and that is the Notes app. And I use this for noting down locations, places that I've been, basically what a place looks at a certain time of day, what's in that area, if there's coffee, if there's not. It's a really handy app. I've mentioned it in my digital minimalism video. If you don't use the Notes app enough, then you're doing it wrong. It's such a good app, and it's already installed on your phone, so you don't have to even download anything. I also use Tube Mapper. I managed to find a free version of the Tube Map that doesn't have really annoying adverts popping up all the time, so I'll leave a link for that down in the description below. Contrary to public belief, not all Londoners actually know the Tube Map off by heart, so I use the Tube Map mainly for just navigating quick routes and just finding out what stations cross over. Bank is still as confusing as ever. Nobody knows how to use Euston Station. So the Tube Map is quite handy for those kind of sticky situations. I also used this app called Ryzen for quite a long time, and unfortunately they've taken it off the UK App Store, which is really annoying because it was such a gorgeous app and I really enjoyed using it. So to the creators of Ryzen, if you are watching this video, please bring back Ryzen because I loved it so much. It was minimal, it was clean, it was simple, and it looked nice. And it was very, very accurate, which is quite a nice thing to tie all together. So please bring it back. And another stock app that I use pretty much all the time is just the stock camera app. And I use this just for quick snaps of places, quick snaps of locations, just to have like a nice little backlog of images that I can go and revisit. I would also generally take a picture of a place and then a screenshot of my Google Maps location, just so I have an idea about where they are in relation to each other. And that's kind of handy just to go back if I didn't have the right equipment with me or the weather wasn't quite right. So that's just a really handy little tip. Just take a quick snap, a quick screenshot of your location, and that's just a really nice way of keeping a log of where you've been and where you want to go in the future. Cool, so we're back home now. I just wanted to run through the publishing side of the street photography apps that I use. Publishing I would define mainly as for like stories and actually posting to Instagram. Obviously I'm not talking about publishing in the traditional sense of like publishing a book, but like digital publishing for sure I use Visco, Unfold and Instagram. So for Visco, or the visual supply company, I use their application to edit photos that I've taken on my phone, and if I'm out and about and I have my laptop with me, I might quickly airdrop a raw file from my camera onto my phone, just so I can get a quick grade and then post that to my stories, just to keep a bit of content up, keep my stories interesting. And if you haven't heard of the application Unfold, it's a really cool app where you can format and create Instagram stories. It basically gives you a few different layout options and they bring out different packs every now and then, so with different effects. I think it's a really cool app and I really like the company. It's really good, I feel, for posting collections of images, mainly because when you share to Instagram directly to the story, it creates this weird sort of gradient effect. So I use Unfold to keep it nice and linear. I create like a nice white background and a very simple layout. So that looks really good. And then obviously I use Instagram to post my images to Instagram. I don't really use any plugins with Instagram, like I don't use if this then that. Basically I don't think that it works particularly well. I always post manually to each social media platform just so I have full control over it, and that seems to work for me. If you're wondering why I'm sitting at this slightly strange angle, it's because somebody broke into our flat a few weeks ago and stole my camera monitor, so I can't actually set up my camera so I can see what I'm doing because my camera doesn't have a flip out screen. And the autofocus on this is really bad, so I have to like bounce it off other things. Hence why I'm breaking my spine to do this final bit of video. And then a couple of honourable mentions. We have Zoopla Speed Test, which is just a Wi-Fi speed test app. I use this when I'm in cafes and pubs and bars and things, just to check the Wi-Fi speed, see if it's actually usable. If I'm out and about, then I tend to have my laptop with me, especially if I'm in between shoots. So that's really handy for being able to see if the Wi-Fi is actually usable. And then obviously Spotify and the stock Apple podcast app for entertainment on the go. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for future content. I bring out a new video every single Wednesday. But apart from that, thank you for watching this video and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.